Om Sri Satguru Mujiji Ki Jai. Om Sri Anantaji Ki Jai.
Namaste. Welcome everyone to Satsang today. Perhaps we could just sit comfortably. Find a place that you're comfortable. Just paying attention only to this moment, which is not merely a moment of time, but of presence. It doesn't matter if some thought, activity arises. It's okay. Don't put any energy to control, to either push away or to invite. Leave everything as it is. You're simply here. Thoughts such as coming and going are only that, thoughts. You're not in need of them. You're simply here. No. There's no need to try at anything. There's no such thing as trying to be aware, because even the attempt is itself appearing in awareness. You're this. There's nothing to change, to fix, to heal, to carry, to hold on to. Notice this. There is no need to evaluate or summarize how you feel. It's irrelevant. You're simply here. And this sense of here-ness is not a geographical placement. Here-ness can only be presence, undivided, effortless. You're not imagining that, not creating, simply observing. It's like this. There is nothing to capture. Whatever thoughts may suggest, it is not for you, not now. And yet, you are fully aware. No preferences, no posture. You're here, but you're not waiting. There's no next to expect. Thoughts such as feeling well or not well don't matter to you now, not here. Be only in your unassociated being. There's no effort to make. Simply, I am. Feel, experience the wholeness, the natural sense of wholeness, of completeness that is here by itself. It belongs to no one. There is not a you living life. You are life and the awareness of life. You do not need to be prepared to be. You are. There's only awareness here. And the body is present in the awareness also. And awareness is present in the body also. There are no starts and no finishes. No beginnings and endings significantly. Just a movement, a play in consciousness. Nothing troubles you. Notice the effortlessness of your own being. There's no need to try to be. Such thoughts are far, far away from you. You did not arrive, nor can you leave. You're simply here. Your attention may come out and come back, but not you. This is your natural silence. There's no effort to be silent. There's no one to be silent. There's only the silence of being. You are not imagining nor creating. Therefore, there's no effort. What practice, what religion do you need to be as you are now? This itself is your own blessedness. You are beyond force, intention, expectations. Don't exist here for you. Now you will notice that when you open your eyes, inwardly it will make no difference. Be aware of this. You're not creating nor imagining. You're at one with your own natural being, natural joy, space, stillness. Don't allow your mind to suggest any effort about this, because you're in the direct experience and the taste of your own being. Nothing more is needed. The mind cannot help you here. It is you who will help the mind to be quiet. Not by effort, by remaining one with your being, undistractedly. Then mind may also enjoy this peace. Now you may slowly open your eyes, and neither in or out makes any difference to you. That soft current of being is your own self-reminding, your own inner space, the taste of your own inner space. There is no separation. You are the unitive being. You do not need to believe this. Acknowledge, observe this. There is not another place to be. Thank you.
Chapter 27. The beginningless begins forever. Questioner. The other day I was asking you about the two ways of growth, renunciation and enjoyment. The difference is not so great as it looks. The yogi renounces to enjoy. The boji enjoys to renounce. The yogi renounces first. The boji enjoys first. Maharaj. So what? Leave the yogi to his yoga and the boji to his boga. Questioner. The way of boga seems to me a better one. The yogi is like a green mango separated from the tree prematurely and kept to ripen in the basket of straw. Airless and overheated, it does get ripe, but the true flavor and fragrance are lost. The mango, left on the tree, grows to full size, color, and sweetness, a joy in every way. Yet somehow yoga gets all the praises and boga all the curses. As I see it, boga is the better of the two. Maharaj, what makes you say so? Questioner. I watch the yogis and their enormous efforts, even when they realize there is something bitter or stringent about it. They seem to spend much of their time in trances, and when they speak, they merely voice their scriptures. At their best, such jnanis are like flowers, perfect, but just little flowers, shedding their fragrance within a short radius. There are some others who are like forests, rich, varied, immense, full of surprises, a world in themselves. There must be a reason for this difference. Maharaj, well, you said it. According to you, one got stunted in his yoga while the other flourished in boga. Questioner, is it not so? The yogi is afraid of life and seeks peace, while the boji is adventurous, full of spirit, forward going. The yogi is bound by an ideal, while the boji is always ready to explore. Maharaj, it is a matter of wanting much or being satisfied with little. The yogi is ambitious, while the boji is merely adventurous. Your boji seems to be richer and more interesting, but it is not so in reality. The yogi is narrow as the sharp edge of the knife. He has to be to cut deep and smoothly. to penetrate unerringly the many layers of the false. The Boji worships at many altars. The yogi serves none but his own true self. There is no purpose in opposing the yogi to the Boji. The way of outgoing necessarily precedes the way of returning. To sit in judgment and allot marks is ridiculous. Everything contributes to the ultimate perfection. Some say there are three aspects of reality: truth, wisdom, and bliss. He who seeks truth becomes a yogi. He who seeks wisdom becomes a jnani. He who seeks happiness becomes a man of action. Questioner. We are told of the bliss of non-duality. Maharaj. Such bliss is more in the nature of a great peace. Pleasure and pain are the fruits of actions, righteous and unrighteous. Questioner. What makes the difference? Maharaj. The difference is between giving and grasping. Whatever the way of approach, in the end, all becomes one. Questioner. If there is no difference in the goal, why discriminate between various approaches? Maharaj. Let each act according to his nature. The ultimate purpose will be served in any case. All your discriminations and classifications are quite all right, but they do not exist in my case. The ultimate purpose will be served in any case. All your distinctions and classifications are quite all right, but they do not exist in my case. As the description of a dream may be detailed and accurate, though without having any foundation, so does your pattern fit nothing but your own assumptions. You begin with an idea and you end with the same idea under different garb. As though we swap out more and more refined dreams. The dream is a dream, and the refinement is a dream, and the dreamer is a dream. Questioner. How do you see things? Maharaj, one and all are the same to me. The same consciousness appears as being and as bliss. Chit in the movement is Ananda. Chit motionless as being. Sat Chit Ananda. One and all are the same to me. The same consciousness, Chit, appears as being, Sat, and as bliss, Ananda. Chit in movement is Ananta. Chit motionless is being. Questioner. Still you are making a distinction between motion and motionlessness. Maharaj. Non-distinction speaks in silence. Words carry distinctions. The unmanifested has no name. All names refer to the manifested. It is useless to struggle with words to express what is beyond words. Consciousness is spirit. Consciousness is matter. Imperfect spirit is matter. Perfect matter is spirit. In the beginning, as in the end, all is one. All division is in the mind. There is none in reality. Movement and rest are states of mind and cannot be without their opposites. By itself, nothing moves, nothing rests. It is a grievous mistake to attribute absolute existence to mental constructs. Nothing exists by itself. Questioner, you seem to identify rest with the Supreme State. Maharaj, there is rest as a state of mind, and there is rest as a state of being. The former comes and goes, while true rest is the very heart of action. Unfortunately, language is a mental tool and works only in opposites. Questioner, as a witness, are you working or at rest? Maharaj, witnessing is an experience, and rest is freedom from experience. Witnessing is an experience, and rest is freedom from experience. Questioner, can't they coexist as the tumult of the waves and the quiet of the deep coexist in the ocean? Maharaj, beyond the mind, there is no such thing as experience. Experience is a dual state. You cannot talk of reality as an experience. Once this is understood, you will no longer look for being and becoming as separate and opposite. In reality, they are one and inseparable, like roots and branches of the same tree. Both can exist only in the light of consciousness, which again arises in the wake of the sense I am. This is the primary fact. If you miss it, you miss all. Just one moment. I can. You will kick them out maybe a little bit. See you later. Questioner, is the sense of being a product of experience only. The great saying, Tat Sat, is it a mere mode of mentation? Maharaj, whatever is spoken is speech only. Whatever is thought only. The real meaning is unexplainable, although experienceable. The Mahavakya is true, but your ideas are false, for all ideas are false. All ideas are impermanent and are only images of the real. Questioner, is the conviction, I am that, false? Maharaj, of course. Conviction is a mental state. In, quote, that, end quote, there is no I am. With the sense I am emerging, that is obscured, just as with the sun rising, the stars are wiped out. But as the sun comes with light, so with the sense of self comes bliss. The cause of bliss is sought in the not I, and thus the bondage begins. I'll read it again. The question is the conviction I am that false? Maharaj says, of course. Conviction is a mental state, and that there is no I am. With the sense I am emerging, that is obscured, just as with the sun rising, the stars are wiped out. But as the sun comes with light, so with the sense of self comes bliss. The cause of bliss is sought in the not I, and thus the bondage begins. So Maharaj is pointing to I am this or that. And when attention goes out to this or that, and the source of bliss itself, which is the I am, is obscured by whatever we're taking ourselves to be in that moment. So more clear seeing might be I am, or I am that, which is, or I am that I am. But even all those are just pointers, just words. Because even I am seen. We just keep being invited to look at what cannot be seen. Questioner, in your daily life, are you always conscious of your real state? Maharaj, neither conscious nor unconscious. I do not need convictions. I live on courage. Courage is my essence, which is love of life. I am free of memories and anticipations, unconcerned with what I am and what I am not. I am not addicted to self-descriptions. Soham and Brahmasmi, I am He, I am the Supreme, are of no use to me. I have the courage to be as nothing and to see the world as it is, nothing. It sounds simple. Just try it. But what gives you courage? Says the questioner. Maharaj, how perverted are your views? Need courage be given? Your question implies that anxiety is the normal state and courage is abnormal. It is the other way around. Anxiety and hope are born of imagination. I am free of both. I am simple being and I need nothing to rest on. Questioner, unless you know yourself, of what use is your being to you? To be happy with what you are, you must know what you are. Maharaj, being shines as knowing. Knowing is warm in love. It is all one. You imagine separations and trouble yourself with questions. Don't over concern yourself with formulations. Pure being cannot be described. Questioner, unless the thing is knowable and enjoyable, it is of no use to me. It must become a part of my experience first of all. Maharaj, you are dragging down reality to the level of experience. You are dragging down reality to the level of experience. How can reality depend on experience when it is the very ground of experience? Reality is in the very fact of experience, not in its nature. Experience is, after all, a state of mind, while being is definitely not a state of mind. Questioner, again, I am confused. Is being separate from knowing? Maharaj, the separation is an appearance. Just as the dream is not apart from the dreamer, so is knowing not apart from being. The dream is the dreamer. The knowledge is the knower. The distinction is merely verbal. Questioner. I can see now that Sat and Chit are one. But what about bliss, Ananda? Being and consciousness are always present together, but bliss flashes only occasionally. Maharaj. The undisturbed state of being is bliss. The disturbed state is what appears as the world. The undisturbed state of being is bliss. The disturbed state is what appears as the world. In non-duality, there is bliss. In duality, experience. What comes and goes is experience, with its duality of pain and pleasure. Bliss is not to be known. One is always bliss, but never blissful. Bliss is not an attribute. Questioner. I have another question to ask. Some yogis attain their goal, but it is of no use to others. They do not know or are not able to share. Those who can share what they have initiate others. What is the difference? Maharaj, there is no difference. Your approach is wrong. You are no others. There are no others to help. A rich man, when he hands over his entire fortune to his family, has not a coin left to give a beggar. So is the wise man or jnani, stripped of all his powers and possessions. Nothing, literally nothing, can be said about him. He cannot help anybody, for he is everybody. He is the poor and also his poverty, the thief and his thievery. How can he be said to help when he is not a part? He who thinks of himself as separate from the world, let him help the world. Questioner. Still, there is duality. There is sorrow. There is need of help. By denouncing it as mere dream, nothing is achieved. Maharaj, the only thing that can help is to wake up from the dream. Questioner. An awakener is needed? An awakener is needed. Maharaj. Who again is in the dream? The awakener signifies the beginning of the end. There are no eternal dreams. There are no eternal dreams. Questioner. Even when it is beginningless? Maharaj, everything begins with you. What else is beginningless? Questioner. I began at birth. Maharaj, that is what you are told. Is it so? Did you see yourself beginning? Questioner. I began just now. All else is memory. Maharaj, quite right. The beginningless begins forever. The beginningless begins forever. In the same way, I give eternally because I have nothing. To be nothing, to have nothing, to keep nothing for oneself is the greatest gift and highest generosity. Questioner. Is there no self-concern left? Maharaj, of course I am self-concerned, but the self is all. In practice, it takes the shape of goodwill, unfailing and universal. You may call it love, all pervading, all redeeming. Such love is supremely active without the sense of doing. Sadhguru Moji Ji Ki Jai. Sadhguru Ananta Ji Ki Jai.